All Met first team indoor track. Not once, not twice, but now 3 times.
Yes.
All Met relays twice as well. Let's go ahead and do this countdown and land at number 1. All Met player. How does that sound?
It sounds amazing. Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
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 Take me to the moment you found out. Where were you? What were you doing?
I was in the hotel, like at New Balance before I ran, like the day I was running, and I got a little text by Emmett, and I just saw all the information. I was like, wow, wow, it's my turn now?
Yes.
It's my turn. So I was like, okay, I like that.
All right.
I like it. I made sure to send it to my mom, because I was sitting by all my friends. So I was like, guys, look.
See.
And I was so excited. I
You
was
said
like,
you
wow.
reached out to mom. What was mom's reaction?
She was like, wow, honey, like, focus on your race. Like, you got this. Like, that's amazing. Like, you're doing so well. I'm so proud of you, stuff like that. Like, she's always supportive.
When you think about the accomplishment that it is to be All Met, before you won it, like, what was some of the lore that you heard about how significant this accomplishment would be?
Like, I didn't hear any lore, but I just knew it was a big accomplishment because, you know, like, other people are noticing you, your accomplishments, and it's just a big honor to have it, so.
Track and field, and here's the interesting thing about it, because you've got a future ahead of you that's going to be really bright. I want to talk about, let's start at University of Florida.
The big Gators.
See,
big Gators.
Let's go. You know you're running in the SEC country.
Big
you
dogs.
Big
dogs, big Gators.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got big Gators down there. You got some Tigers down there. You got some Vols down there. Why did you choose Florida?
Why did I choose Florida? I chose Florida because the atmosphere. I love the coaches. All the coaches, they were so nice, so humble. Everybody was humble there. The atmosphere, like, you go there, it's just so, it's so peaceful, but it's so, like, exhilarating at the same time. Like, it's just so. This place is just so interesting to me. I loved it there, and like all the teammates that I saw, and I know I'm gonna have, like.
What type of
It
athlete
was great.
are the Gators getting out of you?
Very humble, hardworking. I'm gonna challenge myself. Go back to humble.
There
very
you go.
humble,
Double down on the
honest,
humble.
hard worker, achiever, everything.
Speaking of achievements, let's add All Met, since we've already acknowledged it. Where does it rank right now in your hierarchy of achievements so far?
Like, achievements that I have so far, pretty high.
Pretty high.
Just collecting the list of how much stuff I can get, how much stuff I can earn for myself with all the work I put in. It's just.
Unpack that work.
Unpack all the work?
Because when people say work, a lot of people don't understand what work means, especially for an athlete of your caliber. So when you say, I put in the work, what do you mean by that?
I mean, all those practices, all those hard practices, the practices in the rain, practices in the tennis bubble we have at our school, the working through all the challenges I've had, the injuries, the sickness, this, yada, all the 3rd, 5th, 5, 9, 10 million, just all of that, working through that, all the workouts, the long talks I've had with my coaches, just getting through all that to be where I am now.
The real work.
The real work.
The real work.
Great.
The work done behind the scenes with no cameras around. People don't see that. But you mentioned your school up at Bullis, and I'm thinking about the fact that you are competing against some of the best talent as classmates and peers. How does that sharpen your tool to be able to go to work against and with that type of people?
It only makes you better because, you know, when you go to the meets, it's just the same thing that you've been doing at practice. You've been running against these girls. It's not like nobody's slow on the team. Like, everybody's pushing each other to get better, be a better person, just everything. So it's just, it's amazing, honestly.
So what is the fabric of that bond that you have with your teammates? Like, what gets y'all going? Because it could be a pregame song, an inside joke, whatever. What is that thing that bonds you all besides track itself?
Besides track, I think it's just like the culture that we have with our team, that we know that everybody has each other back and that we're all going to support each other to do the best that we can. And when we don't do our best, we hold each other accountable for it. So just knowing that you have that background with all your teammates, and then most of the team, because you know, track's a small world, so most of the people you know will go back for years. So like from being a little kid running, and you're like, wow, I used to run against you. Like, hey, like I didn't see you in 10 years, but you know, we're back, we're on the same team now. So it's like Morgan, Peyton, like I used to run with all of them years back. So it's just bringing back memories and just making it stronger.
It's so interesting that you can recall those relationships, because that's what this is about. Even though you are running an individual competition, you still function in a team sport environment, because Bullis is running your chest there.
Big B.
The pride that you have in that school and those who come before you, what is that based in?
It's just based on like our teamwork and how important we know the sport is for us, and just our culture we have as a team, how hard we know everybody has worked, the people before us, all the hard work they put, all the achievements they put, that puts us, like the newcomers now, in the position that we have now, and like all the stuff that we get, and it's amazing.
What do you want to leave for those coming behind you, since you mentioned them?
Well, obviously my little records, you know.
said my little records.
keep my name in the book, you know, don't forget me, but just leave like just a good community. I just want to leave knowing that they're going to get the same community that I had when I was at Bullis, and that same feeling of teamwork and the culture I had. So they feel as included and as safe and as proud as my team as I was when I was there.
Of the accomplishments that you were able to have, some of that I've already listed off, how do you balance the schedule that it takes to do that? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody ain't built like that, and I'm a part of the everybody. You, however, are. How do you juggle your schedule and make it work?
Oh, well, we got school, you got practice, you got the meets. It's just knowing, honestly, your limits, especially with the classes that you take. Knowing your limits is what will be too much to you and what you can just about handle. So that'll help you in your schedule. Because you can't go crazy and be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and the third, but then not take into consideration of your track schedule and all that. So it's just balancing both, finding time for everything, making sure, because you know, we're a student athlete, not an athlete student. That's what we always say.
Come on.
You always got to make sure to balance your work and prioritize certain things over others, you know, work with your teachers and just stuff like that.
As a track star, how early does the schedule get started on an average day? Like first activity in the morning?
6 a.m. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's when we leave practice. So, 6 a.m. to technically 7 p.m. That's when I get home. So,
when you're thinking about someone who has that goal and has that desire, you want to run track, what's at the top of the mountain for you? What's
perseverance.
that? Perseverance.
Perseverance. I've wanted to quit a lot, but I'm still here now. So it just took like a lot of perseverance, a lot of getting over challenges, challenge over challenge, hard work, everything just to get here. So.
And now you are all met. Again. But player of the year. Let's shift out of track. Let's get away from the sport. What do you like to do when you're not there? What other interests do you have off the track? What are your hobbies? Like, what are you into?
So I like to play a lot of games. I'm a guy like games.
Like what kind of games?
Like
Like
Call
on
of
the
Duty.
sticks? Oh, you on the sticks game?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
I got my little PC,
Come
little
on.
Xbox.
Let's talk.
I had a PS. Well, no, it's my brother's PS4, but
Yeah.
he left, so he took that. We took that with him. He said deuces, never came back. But
Facts.
now I'm playing. But,
It's yours as a brother.
yeah, Call of Duty, a little bit of Minecraft for some peaceful time.
on.
But
Okay. So how does that like help just the mental aspect of sports? Is that your escape, or do you kind of keep that same competitiveness running through everything?
run through everything. Well, it's an escape because like I'm just doing my own little thing. I'm just chilling in my corner here, but like you got to prioritize what you got to do first though. So like when I got my little weekends or like my little nights off, so do some gaming. I just like to watch movies, YouTube, Netflix, just stuff like that.
You really stepping away from it. I got a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
First one's going to be about running in itself. Some people, get caught up in the result of whatever their activity is. Some people just enjoy doing it. You're super fast. What does running that fast feel like while you're doing it?
Ooh, wait, repeat the question.
Yeah, speed. Like while you're running, what do you feel when you
like how I feel when I run.
How you feel when you run?
Like when I'm running, like in a race, like honestly, your mind is just so blank. You're just worried on like moving your legs, 'cause especially like in the 400, ain't not much to think about then.
Yeah.
All you're thinking about is getting to that finish line. So it's honestly amazing. It's like an out of body experience. 'Cause like you're pushing to your limits every time you run. You're pushing your limits. You just got to make it past race by race. So
Are you a
it's
person
amazing
who runs
feeling.
your opponent, or are you running the clock?
Both. Because if I have an opponent that I know is going to push me, I'm running my opponent because I know they're going to make me PR, but also the clock. Because I know I'm trying to beat them, but I want to beat the time too. So it's a mixture of both.
Levels to this.
There's levels to this. There's levels.
Okay. Last question for you. We know that there are some aspirations for another city to be occupied with, those rings. You might have heard of the Olympics. Olympic rings. Yeah. Any ambitions for Olympic competition in Sydney's future?
100%. That's the goal, actually.
That's the goal.
Make it to the Olympics. I know I will. I have the drive. I have the power. Devour.
Devour, and you're not leaving without what you came here for. Future Olympian. Current All-Met, player of the year.
Sydney Sutton.
Let them know. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome.
Mine.